tertiary institution. So the option 1 for science students in my school is that they have the 3 core subjects, which is English, social studies, and commerce. Then in addition, they have what is being referred to as additional maths. Previously, we used to call it elective maths. Now they call it additional maths. So you have that. Then you have physics, then chemistry. Then again, you have biology. So that will make it 7. Then in my school, all of them are doing elective ICT because they are not doing core science or general science, so they are allowed to do elective ICT. So for the area 1, they are doing biology, chemistry, then additional maths. Then they have geography. Some of them are doing geography. Then physics, performing. So 9. Then the core subject, we have another core subject, but those core subjects for my school are not examinable, and for so many schools. So for my school, the tradition is that from Form 1 to Form 2 you do RME. So the RME, that religious and moral education, I teach at a Catholic school, so they do RME from Form 1 to Form 2, and you wouldn't do RME for Form 3, and it's not examinable. Then they do PE, and the PE too is not examinable during the final exam. Then there's core ICT for all of them, for all the students. Then the area 2 for the general science students, you do English language, mathematics, social studies, additional maths, biology, chemistry. Then they have ICT as one of their electives. Then you pick one elective from different departments. So the other elective being picked from the other department is the economics, which was picked from the arts department. So for the option 1, performing arts was picked from arts department. So the students should have been given the choice to pick electives they want, but because our classrooms are limited for almost all the schools in Ghana here, so the staff or administration has picked the various electives, and have grouped them. So you look at the ones that suit your interest and strength, then you choose that one. So for option 3, for general science, we have English language, mathematics, social studies, additional mathematics, biology, chemistry, then physics. Then they pick 2 because they are doing 3 core, so they picked 2 electives from different departments. So they picked food and nutrition and management and living from the home econs department. So this is for the general science. Let's look at the learning area 2 or study program 2, which is arts, general arts. So we have the usual 4 core subjects, which is English language, mathematics, social studies, general science. Then they have additional mathematics, economics, geography, and government. Then there was one elective that was picked from the business department for that option 1. Then option 2, English language, mathematics, social studies, general science as a core subject, economics, Ghanaian language, which in my school we are doing 3. Then government, then CRS, then elective ICT was picked from the science department as the optional elective. Then option 3 for the general arts, the core subject, the usual core subject, economics. Then they have arts and design foundation, formerly known as GK, general knowledge in arts. Then geography, government. Then ICT again was picked from the science department. Then you come to option 4, the usual core subjects. Then we have the economics, then we have government, we have literature in English, then performing arts. Now they are doing performing arts, our students are doing performing arts. It's a subject in high school. Then they picked one elective from home econs department, which is management in living. So they picked one. Let's quickly move on to learning area 3, which is languages. So learning area 3, which is languages, they have just 2 options. Option 1, the usual core subject. Then they have the electives, Ghanaian language, literature in English, performing arts, CRS, Christian Religious Studies. Then ICT as an optional elective was picked from the science department. Then option 2, we have English language, mathematics as social studies, general science, the usual core subject. Then economics, French, government, then literature in English. Then ICT was picked as an elective from. So these options may differ from, so you look at the course, the programs you do, or the teachers. I mean, your resources are available, both human and capital. Then you decide the groupings for the student, or you decide which elective you want to add it to the learning areas or the subject combination. Let's move on to the learning area 4, which is business. So they also have 2 options in my school. So the usual core subject, then business, their electives, accounting, additional mathematics, that is elective maths, business management, economics. These are the usual 4 core electives for business students. Then French was picked from language department and added to them, to their options here. Then option 2, the normal usual core subject. Then they have accounting, business management, economics. Then 2 electives were added from different departments of French from the language department, ICT from the science department. So this is option 2 for the business student. Let's quickly do the last one. That's for my school, the home economics. So we have the usual 4 core subjects. Then they have art and design, biology, clothing and textiles, then economics, then management and living. So art and design was picked from the arts department. Then the option 2, you have English language, the core subjects, English, social, mathematics, general science, biology, business management, economics, food and nutrition, management and living. So some schools, they do biology, home econs, economics, food and nutrition management. So the odd one here is the business management, which definitely was picked from the business department. Then option 3, we have the usual core subjects. Then we have the management in living, food and nutrition, economics, chemistry. Then art and design, which formerly known as GK, was picked from the arts department. So you look at this subject combination, you realize that it's quite unusual from what we know. That is to give the student flexibility or options to choose from. So it gives them so many options, or it helps them to make amends or to change career or program study once they move on in life, especially at the tertiary level. So you are allowed to do an elective subject from different departments. Now, when you look at the subject combination and they are relevant, so you look at the science, you realize it builds logical reasoning, problem solving, and so some of the future opportunities for the combinations for the science students is that you are able to read medicine, pharmacy, nursing, engineering. So those of you in Form 1 and those who are about to get to the senior high level, you take note of this. You'll be able to read medicine, pharmacy, nursing, engineering, computer science, agriculture, environmental science, and so on. And there's a high demand for science-based careers in Ghana here, especially when it comes to the health sector, technology, and also the energy sectors. Then when it comes to the arts, it's very relevant because it develops critical thinking, creativity, cultural awareness. When you look at the account and the government and the history in it. So, and communication skills, look at the literature, and so on. It encourages analysis of society, governance, and also human behavior. Then some of the future opportunities are law, political science, education, sociology, international relations, mass communication, social work, psychology, and sociology, as I mentioned earlier on, and so many of them. And they usually graduate to work at a public service as public servants, governors, and they also work in social development related careers. Business is relevant is that it provides financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and managerial skills. Then it equips students to understand the world of commerce and also trade. Then future opportunities, business administration, we know accounting, banking, finance, and the human resource. There are so many of them, and it prepares students to start their own business. Then home econs is very important because it combines applied science with practical life skills. And some of the opportunities is that it helps they could go into nutrition and dietetics, hospitality management, family and consumer science. You can pursue that at the university. Then graduate meet the growth demand in our hospitality industry, health, and also Texas, and then those who do clothing and Texas. Then the languages, it promotes communication, multilingualism, and cultural integration. And you could become a linguist. Linguistics, translation or translators, educationist, communication, international relations, and so many of them. Let's look at another important, aspect of this. So it is very important that we look at this subject combination, because what it does is that it opens, unique doors for students. So when students carefully choose this or make a choice when it comes to their study area and subject combinations, it can help them to assess their tertiary or their desired tertiary program. Because they will have so many options to choose from. So for instance, if you are a science student and you are doing, or you've been offered biology, chemistry, elective maths, or additional maths as we call it now, then physics, what it means is that with the addition of the economics that you pick from different departments, you'll be able to divert to non-science related programs. So you could pursue with economics and the elective maths or the additional maths, you could pursue land economy at the university because of the background of. Then those science options that are doing geography could also pursue land economy or development and planning and so on because of the economics and the geography. Then the elective maths, they are being offered. So it's very important that as guardians, as parents, you become familiar with the study areas and also the subject combination so that we can help our wards and children to make meaningful and right choices. Thank you for watching. We will come your way another time with another important episode. Bye bye.